A good story always intrigues me. In the book of Jonah, you read that first chapter, and that's an intriguing story about a man trying to flee from the presence of God. And he's working at it, and he's on a ship. He's made up his mind. He's going to go to the city of Tarshish because it's a big seafaring town. Lots of ships coming and going. I can just get lost there. Nobody will know who I am, and God can't find me. Well, guess again, because you can run, but you can't hide. You're not going to run from the presence of God. And so God finds him, of course, and the captain of the ship goes down, wakes him up from his rest there in the midst of the storm. And everybody's got questions for this man because this storm is howling. Nobody can say, well, it's because of my God that this has happened. And so they're questioning Jonah. He says, tell us about your God. And of course, Jonah identifies, he said, well, I'm the person who believes in the God of the heaven and of the sea. And he's all-knowing God. And he's not ashamed to declare that, to tell people who it is that he serves. But he just told them, look, I'm here. I'm in rebellion against God. God's not happy with me. And that's why this storm is blowing. So all you got to do, just throw me overboard. Just throw me overboard and all of your problems will be solved. Well, it would appear that the people who were in charge of the ship and the different ones, they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to throw one of their passengers overboard. And you can think of a lot of reasons why they didn't want to do it. So what they chose to do is to get the oarsmen, working hard. Rowing, just rowing to beat the band. So that maybe somehow or another they could outrow God and get away from the presence of God and thus get away from this storm. And when I think about the folly of that, to think that there are people who think that just because they say, I don't believe that there is a God. I don't believe that there is such a thing as faith. That somehow or another that will just change the circumstances and the reality of God will just somehow or another disappear. Well, I've got news for you. God does exist, and you cannot run from him. And when this Holy Spirit decides that it's time for your heart to be given over to God, then God's not going to give up on you. And I think that's a powerful, powerful truth. To realize that the love of God is so great and so broad and so vast that he is going to pursue you because of his great love for you. And I think that's a lesson that we can learn here from this first chapter of the book of Jonah. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.